we're looking at the stock right now, and it's down about 11%. There is going to be a financial implication for this entire crisis. Sure, this is done sometimes in a democracy where public pressure, plays a big part in decision making. But I am a bit foxed about one thing. What strict action is the government truly in a position to take that it says it's going to actually go ahead with? And can it really be significant? Could it cripple IndiGo as an airline?
No, let's understand that IndiGo so far has been a star performer, and the major growth story which Indian aviation has been talking about, IndiGo has shouldered the major burden of it. But let's understand that in the current actions which government has taken against an operator are perhaps the first time that they have asked them to reduce their flights by 10%. They've also put a freeze on the fare levels so that people are not exploited. And you can go up to a point, not beyond a point, so that there is a fair compensation for delayed flights and other things. So the other thing the government can do is perhaps stop their further expansion till they are able to prove that they have sufficient manpower and resources to expand. But given the current scenario where the traffic is growing at unprecedented rate, Indian aviation is growing at 10 to 11%, which is highest in the world. And the growth story cannot be avoided. So basically, the government can only wait for IndiGo to put its house in order. Meanwhile, it can encourage other operators to streamline and improve their working and increase their fleet. But that's, it's not a very quick solution. It will take time to augment the fleet and other things. And even given the Indian environment, the investment environment for India in aviation industry, expecting that too many operators or too many new players will jump in is also a kind of wishful thinking.
Okay, very interesting. Something doesn't make sense then, because you have the aviation minister in parliament making very strong comments that we will take the strongest, the harshest action on IndiGo. There will be complete accountability effectively. That was the sentiment of what he said. And you're saying that there's not so much that they can actually do. So what is the smartest way of accountability, right?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The only thing they can do is perhaps, do a few head rolling at the highest level in IndiGo. But I don't think there is much the government can do, honestly.
So does the CEO go, is what you're indicating?
I mean, that can be one of the kind of symbolic action the government can take. But given the scenario, you cannot stop the growth of the industry. You cannot close down the airline, the only airline which is profitable in India, despite all this. So you can't... you can only do some kind of arm twisting, not beyond that.
Who has done the arm twisting so far? IndiGo or the government?
I think now the government has an upper hand. It may have been the initial thing.
But before this crisis, this entire crisis, who was doing the arm twisting?
I think IndiGo did feel overconfident about their own position in Indian aviation. And then it is the people's experience, people's revolt against it is what led the government to take strict action.